to the Husbands Live!
Let's do it. Get into it.
Back for another week, baby.
What? That's right. I was get into it.
Oh, come on, man. Don't kill me, man. I'm having fun. Jeez. Oh, okay. Anyway, welcome to the Husbands Live. I'm your host, Stacey Jordan. Of course, will be my fellow husband, Randy P.
What's going on, America?
The illustrious.
That's right, baby.
We got DJ Stu, baby.
How's everybody doing?
Okay. And of course, that was weak, man. Get your life together. And of course, we got the single man on campus, the coach.
That's right.
Will is in the building with the husbands, baby.
I'm here.
Can I redo it?
No, miss your chance.
that.
Do it again next week. Anyway, we're so glad you tuned in. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. Now, last week, we asked you how you felt about millennials, the millennials in your life specifically. We wanted to know if you see the next generation as a glass half full or just plain full of it. Well, this week is served up special just for you. This time, you're going to hear all about what they think about you. That's right, you old fogies. It's the millennial takeover. So strap on your diapers and settle in. It's time for you to take your medicine. And
Wait a minute.
Hey, man, listen.
Wait.
I got to keep it real. Me being a millennial myself.
Nah, bro.
Nah, you not, man.
Bro, you missed it.
You are like
I
totally
did
not
miss
there.
the boat anyway. Don't be haters, guys. Anyway, and joining us for our real talk as I continue tonight to serve you right is speaker, youth advocate, and pastor Kevin Borders is with the husbands.
Yeah.
Baby, give it up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, we're going to have a great show. If you're watching by WHUR.com, thank you so much for tuning in. Let somebody know that you on with these husbands tonight. And if you're watching by Facebook, remember, you can comment live, okay? We're going to be reading your comments. And we got a new audience tuning in with us on YouTube. The husbands are on YouTube now.
Whoa!
Yes, indeed. So if you want to go over...
We big time now.
That's right. Hey, baby. Once it's YouTube, it's big time, right?
Wow.
Well,
We're going to have a lot of subscriptions.
Did you just take it in?
You just picked your nose on YouTube?
I just scratched my nose.
Nah,
so
I
how
don't.
you supposed to scratch it if it itches
Leave it
inside?
alone.
Wow.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all good. Just don't be a dirty dude. Anyway,
It was itching.
anyway, so we're on YouTube now. So shouts out to all our new YouTube audience. If you go to WHUR's YouTube page, that's where we're broadcasting. Hey, we about to have a good time. You know these husbands, we gonna make you laugh. We might even make you cry. Either way, you gonna get you some of this good medicine. You on with the husbands.
Feeling good.
Yes. My favorite portion of the show.
Go ahead.
Yes, the husbuzz, baby. Let's get into it. Where we get the word on what's happening in the world and in relationships this week. All I gotta say about this first story is holy shift.
Whoa. What?
This man is on tonight,
Right.
man.
I'm
Baby,
glad you like.
I'm feeling good.
You were on the edge.
No, because it's a shift. Holy
And what?
shift.
A shift in what?
Well, let me
Right.
tell you, the NFL is making a huge change to the game this season. Are they changing their policy on protesters? No. Are they bringing back the cap? Heck no.
Dang.
The big change is a new cheerman on the field. The National Football League will have male cheerleaders on the squad.
You mean like stuntman?
On the cheer squad. No, real dancers. There are stuntmen. In fact, there are already stuntmen on NFL teams. But these are cheerleaders.
Like 1 and 2 and 1
Yes. And twist and shake and bop. Yes.
Okay.
Quentin Perrin, Napoleon Jennings, and Jesse Hernandez will be on the sidelines cheering for the home team starting this season. And they're going to be cheering for the Rams, and 2 of them for the Rams, 1 of them for St. Louis. Wow. Yes. Is this the change the game needs or what? Huh? Aren't you excited about it?
I saw the excitement in Will's eyes. I would love to hear what Will has to say because he's very close to athletics and stuff like that. I definitely have an opinion on it.
Right, you having a team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, wouldn't you want to bring that type of power to your sideline where you got people who are able to perform these moves at such speed and force? It's got to grab the audience's attention.
There you go.
It is definitely got to grab the audience's attention.
Yeah, man.
What does Randy have to say about this?
Oh, come on.
Man.
We're
You
not
don't
going to play volleyball. Come on now. Come on.
What?
Go ahead.
You want me to answer?
Yeah,
what you
I'm
think
gonna
about?
answer, but go
I
right
say-
ahead.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
man.
since he's scared.
Look,
Oh,
look, I'm gonna say this, man. If they want to go out there and dance and do their thing and
Yeah.
shake a tail feather with the
ahead.
other girls, that's fine with me, man.
why you preface it like that?
Because their cheerleaders are in the NFL. Our girls are women. So if they want to do that, and that's the prerogative, that's their world. I ain't got
What
nothing
about
to do
you
with
just-
that.
Why?
You said the other girls, but
Yeah.
they're not girls. They're men.
Okay, let me preface
Yeah,
it. If they
that's
want,
what you try to
if
claim.
if they want to participate as being a cheerleader, I ain't got nothing wrong with it.
Hey, look, Casey Lamar said, "I can tell you they ain't coming to Oakland."
We want to point out teams because let me tell you this. Look, I don't care if you want to cheer, stunt, gymnast.
You would teach them how to
Do
stunt,
whatever.
won't you?
I'll teach them how to stunt.
No, I don't know if I do that. But let me tell you this though. Anybody, I'm not a betting man. I don't do it. But if we want to put a friendly wager down, I bet Atlanta will have the best squad.
Hey, listen, Donnie Short said,
man.
Donnie
I bet
Short said Atlanta will be all over this.
Atlanta gonna be off the train, boy.
Why?
Why did Atlanta
Well,
be on the
Why?
job?
Because
Go ahead.
I don't know why.
Oh,
would
you don't
say
know why?
such. No,
Have
I
you
don't.
seen Atlanta lately?
Man, my peoples live in Atlanta.
So you have. You been down there
Listen,
recently?
we got a shout out from Atlanta. Look, hello from ATL.
So we know. I gotta. You know what? Might have walked into something here.
You
But
did.
Atlanta gonna have the best team.
That's exactly how you end up on the cheer squad. Hey, you walk in and you try out. Listen,
Bro.
man, this is the thing.
Go ahead.
I read about these. Have you ever watched? No, seriously. Have you ever watched dance? Right. I got family members that are dancers, both male and female.
Right.
It takes on a whole new dynamic when you have male and female doing it. Now, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
We got a few Redskins cheerleaders who we have our friends with Redskins cheerleaders.
Right.
I don't want to see a bruh wearing what they wore.
I don't think he gonna
that
do
might
that.
change the flavor of the game for me.
I don't think he gonna wear that though.
I might have more than one reason to protest.
No.
What I'm saying is this.
Right.
What I'm saying is this. They're not presenting it like that. They're not presenting them like some sort of sideshow. And when you see men and women doing dance together,
Yes.
it's a good look. I think that this has the potential to be that and not like in some people's minds it may be a sideshow, right? It may be something like, here they go, what's this going to turn out like? But I think they can do it with quality, and at least some of the stuff that I read is that it's their intention to present it in a way that is shows masculinity, as well, and let the masculinity and femininity complement each other.
Why he keep hitting you, yo?
I don't know why he keep.
Femininity.
Femininity.
Okay. So look, one of the things for women being on the sideline is also like an eye candy like type of thing. I hate to say that, but maybe this will help the women to watch more sports on the sideline because there might be someone physically attractive to look at or something like that.
They already watching.
And who not in the same amount that men do.
But I mean, that just because they're gonna have
So
male,
it just adds to. I'm saying it will add to. Plus, they might come out with a calendar. Will might get the calendar
Why? Why
Will?
would you get the calendar?
What?
because he supports the sports teams in
No,
the area.
but Will's blacked out.
No, he's not.
Ain't you blacked out?
I haven't watched the game in about a year.
Yeah, he blacked out. He wouldn't get the calendar. Truthfully, I probably won't see any of this anyway because I ain't watching the games. No way, I'm blacked out too.
Hey, you kind of batting 1,000 here, dog. Can we move on for the sake of Stu?
Hey, let's do it. Show your rights. He might like this one though. This is a story right up his alley. White nationalists are coming to D.C. this weekend
Oh man!
for the second Unite the Right rally. Following last year's rally in South Carolina,
Go ahead.
where a neo-Nazi motorist drove into a crowd, killing 32-year-old protester Heather Heyer. The alt-right is bringing their fight for white civil rights to Chocolate City. Along with the marchers, the city is bracing for the arrival of even more counter-protesters to the rally. Given the violent altercation in South Carolina, do you think the city should have permitted the rally to take place? Now, I'm looking at this whole thing. Look, man, I know gentrification has changed the landscape. There's still a fair amount of Tyrones, Leroys, Treys, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
In the city.
Yeah.
Who maybe the numbers ain't the same in South Carolina.
Charlottesville.
Okay, what I mean by this is what I mean. Not necessarily not the same. I mean,
Go ahead. What you saying, bro?
Say what you say.
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
Say what
People might be waiting to come out to this.
Okay, you're right. This is my problem with it, right? I don't have a problem with protests, and I don't got a problem with free speech. But this not your Jim Crow type of protesters. You know, what is it? Not nonviolent movement. They are millennials, bro. We talking about millennials today? They off the rocker, bro. And millennial covers. It's not a race based thing, right? Millennial is just when you grew up and what you going through, right? Or your time period, right?
Right.
So they're gonna be some bruhs, and they're gonna be some bruhs, lighter bruhs. That's gonna be wild in their mind, and they're gonna be safe. Because they don't function that way. They grew up in the UFC era, bro. That's on national TV. It's fighting matches with blood and everything is happening. Let me tell you something. These protests gonna get wild because these people, when it comes to what they grow up with, and they off the chain.
Do you think that this has any chance of being peaceful?
No,
Absolutely not.
Really?
No,
Millennials,
there's gonna be some smoke in the city.
Hey, they've already declared a state of emergency, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Now look, the numbers they're talking about.
Go
They're
ahead.
saying that they may turn out only in the low hundreds, and it may not be as many because some white nationalists have said that they aren't interested in coming.
But it ain't the amount of numbers. It only takes one to say
You're
the
right.
wrong thing
You're right.
in front
You're
of the
right about
wrong
that.
person. And like I said, they grew up in a culture or they grew up in a time period where violence, they grew up on Mortal Kombat and all these other things, man.
Yeah.
They're going to be fighting, bro. They don't care.
Wow.
They disrespectful.
Well,
They gonna be in the street.
interesting. Sort of at the other end of the spectrum, but totally related. This on this same weekend that the alt-right will be marching through your hometown, a new Spike Lee joint will be hitting the big screen. The movie Black Klansman will debut this Friday at a theater near you. That is based on the true story of Ron Stallworth, who was the first black detective in Colorado Springs Police Department. Now, this dude went undercover and he tricked Klan members and David Duke himself into thinking that he was the leader of a Klan organization.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, Spike Lee did an interview with The Root, and in this interview, he expressed that along with telling Stallworth's story, one of his goals with the film was to highlight the white heroes who have died for justice. And now he was showing great respect for Heather Heyer as a martyr at this particular point in the interview. And he explained that if you look at Charlottesville footage, those were not all black people protesting. Those were good white people who we have alliances with.
Go ahead.
Now, Spike Lee is arguably one of the most pro-black, if not the most pro-black director in Hollywood. Does it surprise you that he would make such a statement with this film? If that would be his effort to do that with this
No,
film?
I think it speaks to it speaks to how he knows, as well as what I feel is what I feel is also is that we need people of the opposite persuasion to speak up to eradicate this thing we call racism.
Right.
And if it's always the narrative that we're speaking out, what merit is America going to lend to it if their counterparts aren't saying otherwise?
So you saying that your voice, and I'm just using your collectively, is not significant enough on its own to make the change.
No, I wouldn't say it's not significant enough. I would say that having another voice that wasn't my skin tone, that would be on the inside, that could kind of, like I said, to get rid of it would definitely help my cause,
right,
or help our cause to become a better who we are.
Yeah.
Because like I said, right now, I've said it in the past, like stuff is passed down. You know what
You're
I mean?
right.
And stuff, and just like I'm passing down to my kids how to be positive people of society and follow Jesus Christ, there are some counterparts, some white folks who are passing down that my race is dogs and my race is that. You know what I mean? So it's like the only way to kind of get rid of that kind of thing is to change mindsets moving forward. And if we can get alliances, as Spike Lee said, and I'm all for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Now, go ahead.
You need white folks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's point blank. You need white folks. They the majority. You need resources,
Yeah.
capital. They got that.
Yeah.
You need political influence. They got that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to have some help.
Now there are some people though who have concerns with what you just said, right?
Go ahead.
Because like there's a push for black people to start to gather their own resources and gather their own political might, because some people feel white people get in the mix, infiltrate, and sort of work to break things down. Now,
Look, they do. Okay.
that has happened,
Okay, there's evidence there, and
Uh-huh.
it still happens.
right?
But until you reach a certain level, you're gonna have to go get that loan from somebody. Is the black man giving out the loan to the black man?
Well, there are some black-owned banks.
That's right. We got
Are they
one
giving
right
the
here.
loans out?
Right
Well,
here
yeah,
in
they
Maryland
give loans
Industrial
out. They are?
Bank.
Yeah.
Harbor.
Okay.
What is the other one? Harbor.
I just know it's
You know
something.
what?
I go on the Wikipedia right now.
Don't tell him. Don't tell. When you're ready to sponsor, it would be love
Yeah,
to say
we'll
your
take
name
it. We'll take-
live from the husband's right. Until then, it's that bank over there on the corner of St. Barnabas Road. Now, oh man! But I like to ask, how important is this message in this climate? I think we kind of started to answer that. How important this message is. I mean, I personally think it's important because I do think we need each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think while we do need each other, we need to be wise. We need to be gentle, right? But as well, we need to be wise about who we make alliances with, because, hey, man, I don't think that some people understand this fight. They experience it in different ways. So, I'm good as long as you don't start getting over here. Think about this. Martin Luther King lived as long as he was talking about civil rights. When his message started talking about economic rights, they killed him. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying that, you may have allies up to a point. You just got to be wise about the allies you choose in certain arenas. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But maybe I should be quiet. Cause,
Maybe.
maybe. How about them skins? Oh, man. Let's go on to the next one. Postpartum pressures. This week, Serena Williams, she put up an IG post about her perfectly imperfect legs with the hashtag love yourself. She followed with a post about dealing with postpartum depression and not feeling like a good mother to her daughter, largely because of her career. Now, this story stood out to me in particular because I know that I've had these kind of conversations with my wife, and she's dealt with that too, sort of that work-life balance and how to just sort of how to manage all that, and then the pressure of if you're working, then you envy the person that's at home, and then if you're at home, you envy the person that's at work. And women go through this, and then after pregnancy is even worse. What have you seen this with your wife? And what was that experience like? One, have you seen it? If you have, what's the experience like? And then how do you help her to deal with it?
Man, let me tell you something. I would say that that whole balance thing is like a whole conversation in itself. You have to be there to listen, because it's like they identify that they don't. They feel like they feel like they're out and about all the time. And they feel like my kids are just an utter disaster. Like, it was like one time, like Malachi came home because he didn't finish a project or something. And in our house, like Alexis will work with Randy, or I'll work with the boys. And like this time we switched up, and it came down to she had something to do with work, and he didn't finish something for homework. And you thought the world was about to explode.
Yeah.
She sit on the edge of the bed like, just is the worst mom ever.
Dang, does she know you telling this?
Listen.
Wow.
It's a true story. And so, and I come, you come in the house, and you like, okay, I'm coming in, and sometimes you don't know what you're going to expect when you walk in that door. She's like, I just can't do this. I was like, honey, it's okay. She's like this. You don't know. I was like this. You're right, honey. And you know, it's like in those moments, you just gotta say, "Cool." I was like, "This, you're right, honey." What he's like, "This, don't try to patronize me." It's like, "You're the one who wanted to do the switch." I was like, okay.
Hey,
all right.
wow.
You know you're going home.
Yeah, you going home.
Show, right?
Listen, guys.
You just told America.
Listen.
Basically-
My truth is helping out somebody else.
It is.
And what I'm also saying is, we worked it out.
Okay. He gonna work it out. What about you, homie?
Man, so I have not experienced it.
Really?
But let me say this before even I go through that. How wonderful are our women, right? That they carry this life and then they have the baby and then their body who protected that baby for however months before the baby was born, right?
It's 9.
Then, in some cases, thank you very much.
Try to cover up with some of
in some cases, but look.
because you ain't know that a woman carry a baby for 3 trimesters and 9 months. But go on right ahead.
And then they had a baby, and then their body who protected this baby for a certain amount of time has to get back in gears, right?
Right.
And all these chemicals and stuff can be lost, and all this stuff is going on, dude. I do not want the job. Please don't give me the job.
No, you ain't gonna
So
get it.
big shout out to all the moms who support their husbands and the women who supported them, who knew what was going before them. I can never do it. Don't want to do it. And I'm glad you're here to do it for us. Thank you.
Why do you always minimize their experience to yours? Of course you can't do it. Of course you don't want to do it.
But if I could do it, would I do it
I don't know.
for her? If she couldn't do it,
Would you?
Would I have a baby?
go ahead.
It's physically impossible, but if we are a unit and I gotta do what I gotta do for our unit.
So you saying you wouldn't help her out if you could?
Yeah, of course I help her out if I could. What are you saying?
I'm just asking.
I'm just saying, as a unit. See, my thing is this. You know what? When I'm looking at all this,
Go ahead.
because my wife and I had a long conversation this morning.
What
about
was
this.
said?
It was basically like.
Go ahead.
It was intense conversation.
This is your role.
but not an argument. Nah, I don't say this is because my wife and I don't fit traditional roles.
Uh-oh.
You talk about helping out.
Intense fellowship.
You want to talk about helping out.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. After my wife had a baby, we because of how we work, I'm right there. I'm there for her all the time, and then so that she can have children and pursue her career, I'm in another position. Right there to support, but it's not merely me supporting her.
How'd that make you feel?
It's me. It makes me feel excellent. But it's me doing what we need to do for our unit.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of times women are experiencing depression and things like that, and a lot of these emotions because they feel like they have to choose. Right. I think that it's my job as a husband to be what I'm supposed to be in that unit for that unit, not based on anybody else's definition of what I'm supposed to be in general. Okay. But
calm down,
what that I gotta tell
It
you.
was a little tested.
bro, you elevating your voice a little bit.
I will. Thank you. Anyway,
Dang, bro.
I gotta do what I gotta do for our unit. I'm just gonna put it like that. And I've seen my wife deal with this. And just as I hear these stories, big up to Serena for putting it out there. As I hear these stories, it just makes me more conscious because hey, truth be told, listen, man. You used to your wife. You used to hearing her voice. Sometimes you hear so much, some things you miss. So you hear it on the outside. So you hear it on the outside, and it helps you, gives you perspective. Thank you, Serena, for giving me perspective. And all you other women out there, awesome, living your life, doing your thing. I really appreciate what you're doing. It's helped me in my relationship. I love my wife, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, Serena, using her platform, is an excellent person to come out and say this.
She is.
Because when you look at Serena, you like this. Oh, she got everything going. Athletically, famous, money, X, Y, and Z. And then she say that she had a problem that I do, and I'm working this little 9-to-5 joint. Ooh,
It's real. She even put that in the post though.
What some people thinking? Some people saying she
Go
was
ahead.
saying that because she had a bad match.
Some people are saying that, but you know
okay,
what?
so I can have a bad match because I'm depressed. Okay.
No, I'm saying
No,
no.
they
Somebody
saying-
say she's saying she.
Oh, they
using
saying
that
she
as
making
excuse.
excuse?
Let me tell you something.
Some people
Let me
say
tell you something. I can't judge nobody, but I will tell you this.
Go ahead.
Having a baby
Go ahead.
is real for men and women. And I'm not talking about men physically having a baby. For all the bozos out there who want to be like, you can't even have a baby with your bald headed self. No, I'm saying that.
Why they talk like that? Though?
Having it's because they mean. The people out there are mean.
Whoa.
Anyway, your mama, but. It's like, no, but seriously, having children, raising children takes a lot out of a person. No matter what part of it you're involved in, it takes a lot. And, big up to her for still being a champion and having that baby. Moving on. Wow. You're on with the husbands right here on WHUR.com and at Real Husbands of Largo on Facebook, where we're taking your comments live. And for our YouTube audience who's watching on WHUR's YouTube page, we welcome you. Hey, feel free to come on over and comment. We're reading your comments. Shout out to Lisette Spriggs. Hey, Lisette, you putting up scores to the NFL game? We don't care. We blacked out. Don't do it no more. Anyway, last week we got into a most intriguing conversation about millennials and relationships with our guest, DJ Curly Sue. Well, we wanted to dig a little deeper into the matter, so we sent her out into the streets to hear firsthand about the relational who's and what's from Generation Y. Check this out.
This is interesting.
What do millennials think of dating, relationships, and marriage?
Dating in our generation is so hard right now. We are inconsistent.
Yes.
A lot of us. Because we would rather be on social media rather than texting back somebody that texted us.
Right.
That we think that we are.
And we don't like
conversating with.
seeming more pressed than the other person.
A lot of
Right.
games being played.
So some people are committed.
Yes.
But a
I'm
lot
a
of
committed
us,
person.
a lot-
But I think it's a goal, for everybody to be married and stuff, and I think that we can all do that, but it just takes a lot. Way more than like our parents' generation.
It takes a lot of
Yeah,
commitment, a lot of sacrifice,
Right.
and it all depends on like the two people in general. Like if you come in and see each other exclusively for a long period of time, build that relationship up, that I feel like should be the goal for a relationship.
But it's rare.
But you don't get that all the time, so gang, gang.
It is the husband's.
That's spelling or something.
I know. Right on
Those
WHUR.com and on Facebook, we taking your comments live. You just heard from the millennials. They talking about relationships. As I'm watching this video, I'm like, you see the kid in there, he's doing an interview, then he down on his phone, like, dude, what is the attention span like on these people?
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what? That's why I got Stu Baby in here, because I got Stu Baby ready to give us his Gen X exhortations about these millennials. Go right
I
ahead.
want to talk to
take it away.
people about these millennials because I really don't like them.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
You
But
went
look,
that far?
well, hey, what can I say?
I
But
don't
I'm
like
talking,
'em.
I'm talking for a majority of the people that's out here right now. Millennials are off the rockers. I got a few words to describe some millennials.
Here we go.
Last week you let the millennials talk a little bit, right?
I did.
And then you said you had this question about, hey, give me 3 words to describe millennials. I got some words to describe you.
Oh, okay.
If you looking,
Okay.
America,
Okay.
entitled.
Wow.
They special. They want special treatment, my man. They brash. They lack restraint, dude, and discernment, man. They volatile. These youngsters is explosive, man.
Wow.
For real. Task turn. Look.
What's
They
that? What's
task
that word?
Task turn. They uncommunicative, man. They don't speak.
How
Do you
you
mean
spell that word?
taciturn?
How you spell that word?
Not taciturn.
Spell it for me.
Okay, we'll look it up. They self-absorbed. They self-absorbed, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, the interest in the situation, they only concerned about their feelings. This
You
is
mean
my
their
opinion.
own feelings? Or?
Their own feelings, man. And then, I hate to say it, and I'm glad we got a guest on here, but they secular too. They
Wait.
worldly, dog.
What you mean?
They
What do you
Wait a
mean?
minute.
What you mean by
He
that?
took that old Baptist word.
Hey,
You worldly.
bruh.
You
Y'all
worldly.
do?
You ain't know that if you've been in church.
I know.
You worldly.
Worldly.
Is that a wash machine? A whirly?
Hey, bruh.
What do they do that's so worldly?
Bruh. They the spiritual side of these, they out of there, bro.
Really?
What do they do?
Yeah,
yo?
you know that. You know they out here wild. These millennials.
I think they just have a different approach
To what?
to however they doing. They got a different approach.
Yeah, they,
That's
they
right,
don't
P.
care about nobody.
Stand up for us, P.
But you're
They
not
don't-
in that
they don't-
number.
you're not.
Definitely not. A
But look, I think when you don't care about people and you're all about yourself and you kind of wild like that, it gives you a little bit of, okay, I can go out here and be a risk taker, unconventional, but that don't work. Look, we had it hard coming from where we come from. I got a couple of visual aids to help the audience out with.
Let's go. What you got, bro?
Look, I want to talk about nutrition when it comes to
Okay.
nutrition, right? Let me know if it's a producer. When it comes to nutrition, we had to mess with the McDLT.
Right.
We had a cold side and a hot side, and they had the audacity when we was coming up to put this in styrofoam.
Right.
Other than uranium, the most deadly piece of material on Earth. On Earth. You know what I'm saying? And can you imagine the bag that we had to carry that out with? It wasn't a regular bag.
Yeah.
when you went to the store, but they got Chick-fil-A, right? Now, let's talk about transportation.
Yo, but with this big DLT, Irene feeling you. She like, yes. The Virgo, Irene, she feeling you. Go
But
ahead.
look,
I like
Irene.
Chick-fil-A better than McDLT though.
Huh?
I kind of like the Chick-fil-A.
But that's what I'm saying right there. That's what they got now.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So transportation, right? Transportation, right? We either had the Huffy 10-speed to get to where we going, or the sneakers.
Right?
They got Lyft, Uber. They can go anywhere they want to go. They got it easy, bro.
just with a touch of the
And they ain't
button,
got to
Mike.
pay. You get who you get, and then don't you pay on the phone too? You ain't got to really exchange no money.
Nah. You can tip and everything right from your phone.
Right from your phone.
Right
Are
from
you
your phone.
kidding me, man?
That's right.
And then lastly, when it comes to visual aid on how we had it harder than these millennials, is beauty and dealing with our girls.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Look at this receding hairline on this junk. Look at this receding hairline on this young. Is it up? Is it up? Is it up, producers?
Oh my
It's
God.
And then now you ain't really got look. When your girl back in the day had that receding hairline, you had to deal with it, right? You had to love her for what she was.
I ain't have to reach
But
that
now-
low.
Oh wow! But now they got these lace fronts to help them out. Millennials really ain't hitting on nothing when it comes to this stuff. But now, if you put the camera back on me, I got some other stuff that they really don't know about. And one thing when it comes to discipline, right? They grew up after the Cosby Show, and this is what we had. This is what we had. Let me get this.
Okay.
Dang! Come on, niggas right here. This is a switch. We had a switch. And y'all get what? What y'all get? Y'all get, look, here, hold the switch, P. Hold the switch, because I think that camera got. Look, y'all get time out, and y'all get the rocket ship. Y'all had audacity to look at your kid. Look. They look at their kid, and they say, I think this kid is Apollo 13. I'm going to count them down. 10, 9, 8, 7. What is that doing? Young, that's
who
a
would
switch.
grab their own switch this big though?
My sister would grab the switch that big for me. Look, my mother. I get a switch this big.
This will be my switch
That's
right
it.
here.
My mother,
gonna
she
tell me-
figured it out. She's like, go get your brother a switch.
Oh, wow.
My sister come in.
A sapling young.
Be a Christmas tree she come in there with.
And then
He
lastly,
ain't right, mama, get him.
Hey, look. And then lastly, when it comes to communication, right, they got these right here. These smart mobile devices. It's a phone. It's a Walkman.
It's a
It's a
camera.
compass. It's a camera. It's a video camera.
TV.
It's GPS.
It's a mother. It's a
calculator.
father.
You can do everything on this,
Check
right? You
your
know what we
heart
had?
rate.
What we have?
What do we have, people? Right
we
here.
got?
That's what we had right here. Right here, bro. What is this? Bro, what did this help you do?
Everything.
Hey, had the codes on there.
Sam, you can put the codes in, baby.
What code did y'all use?
Low sale.
Uh-oh. Whoa. That's
Don't
that,
say it.
that's
What
that
that
nasty
mean?
junk.
Oh, wow.
No, that means that you got your batteries low.
That's the code you use.
You used to flip it, and then what did it say when you flip
Low
it?
sale. You can't say nothing else. That's it.
This junk right here. So look, this all I'm saying, man.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Low
Wait a
sale.
minute. Whoa. Drug man. That's what dope man.
Oh, man.
Dope man.
His name, Low Sale. That's
Oh wow.
Anyway.
We run it off. But yeah, man. So
Anyway,
look, that's my rant. Hashtag rant.
I'm hearing you talk, right? And
Everything true I said right about
but
millennials, right?
You act like you better than us, man. You act like you better.
wow.
You act like you better than these millennials, right?
Yeah.
So I want to bring you into something. It's a segment I like to call "Are You Better Than a Millennial?" A game where we test your geriatric genius against the millennial mastermind, and we have one of our very own millennial producers coming. He's coming in. That's right.
I was about to say, 'cause we don't have no millennials in here.
Yes. We do. We got.
When you think about the
we
date-
got 3 now.
It's 81 to like 99 or 2000,
It's
right?
3 millennials in here. We've got our guest in the studio who you haven't seen yet, but he's kicking it with.
it's
Don't
one,
play me.
two.
Don't play me. All right. Don't play me. All right.
You always know when somebody's not a millennial because they like being called a millennial.
Oh.
We don't even like the name, so
I was trying to be nice all this time. I was trying to be nice. All right. Okay. I'm just really me ragging on
What's the
myself.
name of the game?
May as well call myself stupid. That's a
What is
joke.
the name of the game?
I don't want to talk about my own people. Anyway, it's time for Are You Better Than a Millennial? Where you're going to test your wits against this guy who is a millennial and you yourself who are a Gen Xer. Right?
Hey, look, don't call me a millennial. I work for a living.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Wow. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get on with these questions. Here we go. And you in the audience, you can watch as well. Chime in if you like. Here we go. First question, arts and culture. This series of questions are going to test your wits when it comes to the arts and culture. Are you prepared? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Not really, but go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Y'all never ready.
What? Oh, wow. Anyway, what is the name of the artist who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
You know this, man. You know this. You know this, man. You know this.
The name of the artist who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Come on.
You know this.
Picasso.
Picasso.
Oh, there you go.
Picasso is wrong. When
So-
you got
so-
Picasso. Oh man.
Right after that.
That's all. They always trying but can't get right. Let's go. Okay. Let's
Come on,
go. What
bro.
you got? What you got?
Man, I'm stuck between two. I thought it was Vinci.
But that's it. That's your answer? Is that your answer? Come on, give it
Yeah.
to me. You're wrong.
I knew.
The answer
other
is
was
Michelangelo.
That's why we're going between those two.
Michelangelo. It's Michelangelo. All right, here we go. Here we go right here.
So it's a tie right now.
Here we go. It's 0-0. Here we go. What is the name of Michelangelo's red bandana wearing pizza eating brother?
You know this.
I know this.
You know this.
Michelangelo's
You know this.
He don't even know what it's referring to.
red bandana
You know this.
wearing
You know
pizza eating brother.
Go
You know
ahead.
this. You know this. You know this.
Raphael.
Oh!
Come on, man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man.
Ninja Turtles? Oh my goodness.
I didn't really watch that show. I didn't really
Oh
like it.
man.
What we got here, man?
Oh,
Sorry.
That was an easy one. All right, here we go. I guess we're moving on. The score is 1-0.
Killing him.
We're going on.
I was killing him,
We're
man.
moving on to science and technology.
Uh-oh.
What? Are you ready? Is
Go ahead.
the furthest planet in the solar system?
You better know this.
Pluto.
Pluto? Incorrect. The furthest planet in the solar system. Go.
I want to make sure I pronounce this right with my DC slang because
Say
this
it.
could get you in trouble.
Say it.
Uranus?
No. No, man. You
What?
always get in trouble with that, man.
Another try.
You always get in trouble with
You can
Uranus.
Go ahead.
Is it Venus?
No.
I thought it was Pluto.
No,
No,
listen.
Pluto's not a planet
Listen,
anymore.
One of
there.
them got
Whoa!
decommissioned. One
You
of them
get
got
half a point
decommissioned.
for that.
Really?
You get half a point for
Why
that.
is Pluto not a planet?
It got
no more?
decommissioned.
Pluto is no longer considered a planet, and therefore the furthest planet in the solar system is Neptune.
The
Neptune.
Neptune's a planet?
Wow.
Whoa,
Whoa!
whoa! Don't put us out there like that.
Wow. Here we go. Next question. Let's roll on through this. Next question. Name one of the original founders of the Neptunes.
For real.
Pharrell would be correct. I would have accepted Pharrell Williams, and of course there's Chad
Chad.
Hugo.
So he don't get a chance.
It's
to
okay.
answer?
No, listen.
No, he already answered. Whoever answered first gets the point.
Whoever answers first.
I was
Oh,
quicker.
you ain't got a.
I'm faster than they're older.
I thought you was
Oh,
gonna get a,
wow.
I thought you was gonna get a chance to
Wow.
say the counteract.
That's how
He
millennials
said-
do, bro.
He said he's
Yeah, we-
faster than you because you're older. But what he doesn't know is being fast isn't always good. Is it, Mama? Whoa!
Mama, that goes there.
Yeah!
Okay.
Yeah!
Moving on.
Generation SE what? X!
Alrighty.
Yeah, here we go. Next question. We're still in science and technology. On what
Go ahead.
most popular music platform can you find the Neptunes album, The Neptunes Present Clones?
Apple Music.
I will accept it, yes. iTunes is the correct answer. We have 2.5 for you and 1 for you. You need to catch up, brother. Let's move on to
You
something.
wanna say something?
Let's move up to something that you might do a little bit better.
Say something.
Okay?
He's good at being a
Now,
hater.
I want to take a moment to call out Maurice Antonio, who gave out the right answer for Raphael. Maurice,
We went to
That's-
college with him.
listen,
That's
Maurice.
after he said Leonardo, though.
Let me tell you, he said Leonardo at first.
First, yeah.
Well, he gave an answer. Maurice, you are the winner
Tell him what he's won.
of two
tickets.
Two tickets
Two tickets.
to this weekend's WABA women's basketball game featuring the DC Cyclones.
That's right.
You are the winner, Maurice. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be contacting you so that you can find out how to pick up your tickets. But you're going to see the DC Cyclones, baby. That's right. So, hey, we giving up the love. We giving up the love. Yeah, you chime in with these husbands. We giving it up. Be a part of the show. We right here on WHUR.com and at Real Husbands of Largo on Facebook, where you can comment live. And guess what? We got our new audience on YouTube, baby. Let's go. Let's go. You want to continue making a fool of yourself? Woo! What? Politics and religion. What was the political party
Go ahead.
of one
Go ahead.
Abraham Lincoln?
Republican.
Republican is the correct answer. Yes. Probably a little known fact to millennials who are so Democrat is crazy. The first anti-slavery party was the Republican Party. Isn't that crazy? Wow.
Sounds like a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Wow. So much to say about that. Anyway, next. Here we go. What kind of party might you find Kirk Franklin attending?
One.
Holy Ghost party.
No more, man.
Oh my God!
Wait, did he just get saved?
Golly.
No.
Turn in your robe right now.
You don't know about the Holy Ghost party? Have a Holy Ghost party with me.
that man be on exit raw.
Man. You are.
That man be on exit raw.
BET after dark. Come on. Say.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh man. Anyway.
I think we still tied though.
No.
This is the tiebreaker.
Now you just tired, brother. You just tired. Let's move on. Here we go. What is the numeric value of pi?
Come on, young. Come on, dog. Come on, man.
I'm gonna let you.
3. Point. 1.
You got 3 seconds.
4.
3.14 is correct. Woo! I mean, you got 2 points now, right?
No, I'm like 3 or 4.
No. All right, let's go. Here we go. Now this was a math question.
All right, let's do it.
If Randy P paid 50% of the cost of a pie and Stu Baby paid another 50%, what is the total amount of pie that will be left over for Randy P after Stu Baby took his portion?
0.
0 is correct because he would eat the whole thing.
Hey.
Oh man, look at that. That was really quick of you. You were ready to insult him. That is awesome. All right, so here's a bonus question because you're behind a good number of points. But if you can get this, you'll get 2 whole points.
I'm ready.
I want you to finish the lyric.
And you're behind, huh?
Yeah, I want you to finish the lyric. I want you, here we go, finish this lyric.
Come on.
Oh, it's a lyric.
Yes. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love.
I don't even know this.
Wait, hold on. I know it.
I don't even know this song.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait.
Will, I'm tag willing.
She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love.
My bed and my mama. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, you.
What song is that?
Oh my goodness. This is a song. Drake. Come on, man.
Drake, nah.
God's plan, baby. Everybody knows that. It's because you're not a millennial, but we know. All the millennials.
Look, I was like, hey, look, Randy. I was like,
man.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Let's at least give it up for our millennial mastermind who matched wits with your geriatric subpar genius.
Thank you.
Well, you know, it was awesome. Thanks everybody who participated. And I see somebody said my mama, they got part of it. Anyway, let's go really quickly. Does it ever seem like young people today don't have real values or ambitions? Well, here's some more insight from a few more 20-somethings on what the next generation is all about and how you've probably had a hand in them being the way they are. Check this out. Listen to some of our millennials.
of all, I feel like we need to get rid of this fallacy that people back in the day valued marriage and relationships more than we do, because your fathers and your grandfathers were out here like spitting on the name of marriage when they would go out and, you know, have all these side pieces and other kids and things like that. And we know this is true because we hear these stories all the time. And so, I don't know, I think that that's definitely something that has affected the way in which we, millennials, view relationships.
I mean, my generation, I feel, from my perspective, that we're a little more ambitious when it comes to what our goals are, what our dreams are, and so we feel like having children, maybe per se, or having a significant other might stunt our growth in this period of our lives.
What we want is changing. So it's not really about, you know, marrying and having kids. It's about, I want success and what success looks like to me. Success looks like what I see on Instagram, the cars and big house, and that's what I want. That's what I'm looking at all day.
I feel that previous generations rushed into relationships because that was what was placed upon them. Like, you know, you get a good job, good government job, and you get your girl, and you have some kids, and that's the life.
So us millennials are growing up in a time of uncertainty. You know, we don't have the luxury of going out into the world and thinking that things are just gonna, you know, happen. You know, we're growing up in a harsh reality, and I think that because we know that things can be taken away from us like that it makes us scared to commit to whatever, whether it be a job or a relationship.
I think that the standard of family or whatever you said, I think it's been lowered. So we think that we're meeting that mark, but it's been lowered from where it was with the previous generation.
You know, we see that we now have more choices, basically. Like, we don't have to stay in a dead-end marriage when we know that we can still go out and do what it is that we want to do, and knowing that that can still fulfill us in a bunch of other different ways, and then maybe find love later.
You're with the husbands right here on WHUR.com and at Real Husbands of Largo on Facebook. We're reading your comments live. And welcome to our new audience on YouTube, on WHUR's YouTube channel. It's time for us to get into our Real Talk segment, which is brought to you by... Take it away, Stu, baby.
Reborn Kings. Do you want to rep your faith with style and grace? Go to rebornkings.com and check out their full line of chic and seasonal gear. And if you purchase anything using the code RHOL, you'll get 20% off your next purchase. Just visit www.rebornkings.com and make your purchase right after the show.
That's right.
I
Right
see you
after
rocking
this,
some
I'm
Reborn
rocking
Kings,
some
bro.
Reborn today, baby. I'm rocking it. This is one of my favorite shirts. I just like the black and the white and the splash of gold. Goes nice with my gold specs. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel.
That's so cool.
It makes me feel more of who I am. A young person who came of age around the millennium. Just gonna leave it at that. Oh wait, let's get to our Real Talk segment. Our Real Talk segment. Are millennials as horrible as some make them out to be? Or are they really more like their predecessors than we like to admit? Here to help us come to a better understanding of the up-and-comers, speaker, youth advocate, and pastor, Kevin Borders. Give it up for him.
Yeah. Baby.
That's right. Kevin Borders, gotta tell you, homeboy, you're with the husbands. Yeah, man. And you know, yes, you made it, man. You have officially made it.
Come on.
Don't matter what nobody tell you. This is the pinnacle. Okay? This
is as high as I can go.
This is
the creme de la creme.
I'm not saying it's the highest you can go, but I'll let you know when a high level shows up.
I love it, man.
But now, man, look, I'm looking at you right here, right?
Yeah.
You tatted all up the arm. You got the sleeve going on. You got your hat, man. A lot of people might not believe that you a pastor, man.
Yeah, I get that a lot, man.
Yeah, man. Look, I mean,
I know I don't fit, I guess, the cliche,
Yeah.
cookie cutter what a pastor look like.
nah, man. You know,
what I'm saying?
you're hip, you're urban, you're very raw.
I'm real live, just me.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Really
You know what I'm
light skinned. Before you get comfortable, somebody cue the insult. No, it's definitely not an insult to be light skinned.
It's all good. It's
You're
all
a
good, man. I
beautiful
give it all
man. If you were a cheerleader, I'd watch you dance.
I don't know.
Whoa, man.
What in the world?
Come on, man.
You want to switch the face, man?
No,
You sound good. Man.
Oh man,
I was running the whole show.
I'm
until you
sorry.
said that, man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
Hey man,
Lord.
go right in. It's all jokes.
where my oil at,
We just
man?
having a good time. You gonna get oiled up too?
He's like, what kind of, it was just a great show.
Oh man, go ahead. No, let's go. We gotta get into this.
man.
Oh my God, this is one thing that happens when I have people who are my friends off of the show because I actually know this guy off of the show.
Yeah, for sure,
You know,
man.
funning around happens, but I gotta give you the value. We gotta give you this good medicine. You know, I want to get into a real question because you work with millennials all the time.
Yeah.
First of all, tell us about your work because you're pastor in the church. You guys have a special service that's just for the millennial generation. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, man, it's been about 1.5 years now we've been going. It's called Echo. Echo at noon. So, excuse my voice. I don't know, summertime cold. I don't know how you get one of those.
See,
but
you ain't have to say nothing. Everybody thought you was like from the
real
streets.
that was like
that
the
thug.
urban.
That
it
thug
sounds
voice.
horrible to me, man. but-
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
But yeah, man, so Echo at noon, 12 o'clock. Every Sunday is where we at, man, at Spirit Faith Christian Center over there in Temple Hills, man. So we set it up, man, because our apostle, like, he was wise enough to recognize, like, okay, I've reached the crowd that I can reach, but there's a group of young people that don't really necessarily listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys in place to say the same things I'm saying,
Right.
just in a different way that'll be able to kind of filter and feed into their ear,
Yeah.
and they'll be more receptive of it.
Right,
So the
right.
message don't change. It just sounds a little bit different.
You know, you saying something about being receptive. A lot of people get nervous or intimidated when they talk about dealing with the youth and the younger generation. Do you see that? Does it seem to you like there's a barrier between the younger generation and the older generation?
No question.
Yeah.
No question at all, man. But I think it's because it ain't all millennials' fault and it's not all, Generation X fault. You know what I'm saying? We come from two different worlds for real, but nobody like meets each other halfway to have dialogue to understand either side.
Yeah.
It's like it's not that we hard-headed or we don't care or we just reckless and all that kind of stuff. Because I know that's how we can come off. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, that's how I was.
Right.
But I had to come to a place where I had the wisdom to be like, okay, you know what? They paved the way before me, and there's a reason and a method to their madness as to how they got to where they got.
Yeah.
So as a millennial, it's wise for me to listen, but then it's also wise for the Generation X to not look at me a certain way,
Yeah.
and turn a deaf ear or turn your back on me because I'm thinking different than you. I'm in a whole different. You were talking about social media earlier. Social media like raising some of these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
that's
These
true.
girls and guys.
That's true.
And like, so we don't even know how to have conversations.
Yeah.
Because we have conversations on this.
Right.
It's all
right.
like Bama's text me more than they call me. You know what I mean?
I'm guilty. I mean, I text more than I call.
Yeah, I mean,
we
I
text
do
each
too.
other. I mean, I think that's a part of the generation of people. Period.
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
the planet, and we text a whole lot. But
We do.
I think I understand where you're coming from because you know what? I had a time of living before I was texting.
Yeah,
Where we did call, where it was 15 people, and we all was like, "You got 3-way, all right, call so and so." Like we actually did talk to each other, and we met face to face and spent a whole lot more FaceTime. But going back to don't look at us a certain way. We hear the horror stories about these interactions that people have with young people on the train. With something happened. We was in the barbershop, I'm at the store. This kid out here cussing, doing all these different things. So people become intimidated.
Right.
How do we get past that though?
Man, it starts with just, dialogue is like the simple approach to it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it comes like, okay, like for me, like I was on the train one time. And so I got 4 kids and my wife is on the train and these dudes run up into the train in the city and they all on them bikes, right?
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm talking about they roll in like full speed, like 4 of them, whoa, almost hit a little girl. And so immediately, like in my mind, like I'm like, man, look at these youngins, man.
Yeah.
Like wildin', bro. Like, come
yeah.
on. But then, like, inside of me, it was like, okay, don't bash them, because there's a reason why they like that.
Right,
It's
right.
always a reason why you act the way you act.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, very true.
So,
Very
like,
true.
instead of trying to address, like, sometimes the problem is not the problem.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, problem is just the pattern. Problem is how you got to that place.
Yeah.
So what I did is I went and had a conversation with him.
Yeah.
So I was, I'm different. So I went and I addressed him. I said, hey, man, where y'all get them bikes from? You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got them for free. We'll just start conversations.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in getting to, like, know these young people, like,
right.
finding out, get into their world. See, most Generation X's, don't try to get into the world of the
Right,
young people.
right,
You know what I mean?
right, yeah,
And
yeah.
so as I began to talk with them and dialogue with them, you begin to find out certain things about them. Now I can't resolve an issue right there with
Yeah,
you.
right.
But it gives me a different perspective on, millennials as a whole.
Right.
Like, okay, y'all are like this because of this.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's like giving them a fair shake first.
And you know what? It's hard to try to bring discipline to somebody you don't have a relationship with.
Absolutely.
And truthfully, a rapport is a level of relationships. A relationship is at least a place where we can relate. And if we can relate, we can talk, or I can say certain things to you that I wouldn't normally be able to say.
Right.
And I think what you're saying is great for a lot of people to hear because, we know each other because we know we did this together. Right?
Yeah,
And so I did a lot of work with the same people that, the same group of people that he works with now. I've done a lot of that work. And I saw and I learned just really through observing, which sometimes you just got to do. You got to observe.
You do.
That it'd be better for me to develop a level of friendship before I start telling you, man, pull your pants up or stop spending your money like that or stop cussing and things like that.
That's what I do.
Let me ask you, do young people desire or even value relationships with elder people? In this case, millennial, do they value it?
No question.
Really?
I believe millennials, young people, they want to be led.
Really?
They want to be led.
But dude, it's like they don't want you to tell them nothing.
I know, but it's because nobody takes the time out to just talk.
Yeah.
Like it's us and it's y'all. It's like us against y'all, and that's how they perceive it, and that's how the other side perceives it. There's no common ground. So I'm not even trying to understand you because I don't want to understand you because you just the way you are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, we in such bad shape. I mean, why we like that? I mean, y'all came before us.
Right.
I mean,
true.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, that's true.
Not to point the finger completely, but I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, it's not about pointing fingers. Yeah.
So I mean, if there's no common ground found, man, then we gonna be in bad shape. Period. But young people want to be led. That's what I found out in leading young people in ministry, and just I go to all kind of schools and everything. They like structure. Believe it or not, they like structure. And when they are placed into an environment of structure, it's gonna be some pushback because they ain't used to it.
Yeah,
they're not accustomed to it. But the moment they see the payoff and the benefit of it, they like, oh yeah. I can rock with this. I like this.
Let me see. I want to get some of these comments because people are feeling you. I'm seeing a bunch of amens and preachers and all that kind of stuff. Let me see. I saw a date across from me and my wife, and they just stared at their phones. Oh man. Monica Kendrick said, "Life is learning. It never stops." That's true, and I think we got to put ourselves in a position to even learn from young people, man.
Yeah.
Even learn from young people. Let me see. I want to ask you this question because we're running low on time. What is one of the most common misnomers about millennials, but young people in general? Because we got a generation of people coming up who ain't millennials, right? I mean,
you got Generation Z.
Right, they coming.
Yeah.
And we aren't necessarily looking like we're going to be any better at relating to them either,
right?
But we still have to lead them. What's one of the most common misnomers, and sort of how can we, get better at moving past that?
It's going to sound juvenile, but we're looked at as almost like we're stupid. But we just ignorant. So it's the difference between stupidity
very true.
and ignorance.
Right.
Stupidity means you know what to do, you just don't do it. You want to do it your way.
Right.
Ignorance is I'm doing it my way because I don't know no other way.
And but then that's not your fault.
Right.
Because you are born needing instruction.
You absolutely.
Wow.
Real talk. Yeah.
Man, we got to wrap, but this is so profound. We got to come up with a way to talk about this more outside of this, and just kind of make it just about this, so that we can just bring value to people. Because I think there are a lot of people who really need this information. They really need to know how to have conversations with their own children. I want to thank you, man, for coming in and taking this invitation.
It's a pleasure, man.
Very, very valuable information.
Y'all.
Before you go and before we wrap, I want you just one more time, tell people how to find you and even about your service, how they can come in and see what you got.
So we got Echo at noon. That's 12 o'clock p.m. at our Temple Hills location. You go on Spirit of Faith's website. All the information is there. At Kev Borders is my handle on all social media platforms. That's KEVBORDERS.
Thank Kevin Borders for coming and hanging out with us. And I want to thank you for all your comments, chiming in, all your shares. Listen, man, we really appreciate this. We put this on. We try to bring this value and have these conversations so they help us, and we try to do it to help you build relationships in community. That's what we all about, and we doing it because these husbands, we love that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was good, man. That was.